What's going on, guys? How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. It's a beautiful day outside. Summer is approaching, so you know what that means. Summer body better be ready, right? Alright, so anyway, I know you guys were looking for a quick fix. I'm wondering as to like what the cheat code is to getting your body right. And obviously, I think you guys probably know that I'm not going to give that to you because it doesn't exist. Basically, what it comes down to is, when I talk about a body transformation or getting in the best shape of your life, like, what do you guys think about? Like, what's the first thing that goes through your head? Do you think about hitting the gym on a consistent basis? Upping your workouts, maybe getting your diet plan in check? All these things are valid and they're not wrong. But that's not where you start. You start with the small things you do on a daily basis. The small things you do throughout your day, the small things you tell yourself, the small things you believe in, and essentially whatever happens up over here is a complete and direct representation of what shows out here for the world. So don't believe anything else and don't buy any other thing that anybody's trying to sell to you because they're lying to you and it's all bullshit. So what we have to do essentially is that we have to break this down into sections. So we break this down in accordance to working on yourself rather than focusing on the end goal, which is to transform your body. And what I mean by this is that we start off with what you tell yourself, how your mental health is like, and your own self-beliefs. Because if you can't tackle these issues, then you can forget about transforming anything because it's not going to work. And you guys are probably like, oh man, I know he's lying to me right now because if I were to eat in a deficit and if I were to cut my calories and follow a meal plan, I could probably lose 20 pounds by next week. You know what? Go for it and see what happens. Even if you somehow of a miracle lose 4 or 5 pounds, you'll gain back 10. You see, if you can't tackle what's inside of you, you can forget about anything on the outside. Because honestly, it's not realistic. And you'll gain back the weight you already lost. And I don't know about you, but that's one of the worst feelings in the world when you feel like you've made progress and then you realize you literally didn't make anything and then you just kind of worked backwards. And this is coming from somebody who was well overweight, well over 220 pounds. Not only did I lose the weight, but I also transformed my body in the process. And I can tell you right now, it wasn't because I followed a meal plan. It wasn't because of long gym sessions. It was because I started with myself and I believed in what I had to tackle, which was in the inside. There were internal things I had to deal with. And the funniest thing is that when people come up to me, they're like, man, I can see you doing all these crazy things in the gym. Like, people are like, oh man, you do all these like knuckle push-ups and these next pull-ups and these crazy acrobatic workouts. I'm like, man, I did not train for this. It's just something that came out of me because I started to believe in myself and I started with tackling what was inside of me, not on the outside. And what I mean by this is because ever since I grew up, I had certain anger problems, I had certain issues I was trying to deal with internally, and I had a lot of self-doubt, a lot of self, disbelief in myself. The moment I brought these out of myself and I addressed what the issues were, I can't even tell you the difference it made in my life and the difference it made in my body. So with that being said, I'm going to leave that with you guys, and I would like you guys to just self-reflect on that and just think about it for yourself. And if you agree with me, disagree with me, let me know in the comments. And yeah, man, let's put in that work. Summer's on the way. Let's go.
Back in the death trap and then push the limit. Now I'm finna come and give it. Throw my double hit and sip it. Now I'm coming to bring it and taking everything they got. Spinning through every city block and ripping through it, no city top. Time I bounce back and then I hit him with a side shuffle. Then double up and scrap it out with a ringside scruffle. Now I got a shot. Hustle so I roll my fight muscle. Time to rise above them and grab the gloves of the weight though.